Hi guys, I'm Kayla. Today we're going to be talking about the things you should know before getting pierced. Number 1, how long does it take to heal? Number 2, how to take care of it. Number 3, jewelry options. 4, how do you sleep. 5, if you're a minor, and more. So the first thing is, how long does it take for your piercing to heal? You should know, kind of have an idea of what or how long you're going to be taking care of this piercing before you go into getting it. So it really varies on which piercing you're going to do. For instance, a tongue piercing is really quick. It takes about a month and a half to fully heal. That's from beginning to end. On the other hand, a navel piercing or belly button piercing can take up to a year or more to fully heal. So you really want to have an idea of what piercing you're going to get and how long that might heal. I'll make more videos on specific piercings and how long they take to heal and their aftercare. So number 2 is, what is the aftercare? What do you do to take care of this piercing? That also varies. In general, taking care of a piercing, you want to keep your hands off of it. Don't use rubbing alcohol or hydrogen peroxide. When you are cleaning it, remove any crusties or dried blood that's around the area. And it's really a daily care. So you want to do this every day and try to keep your hands off as much as possible, because that can really delay the healing process. Dermals have a really low maintenance. You don't really have to do much to take care of them. Just kind of clean around the area when there are crusties, and a lot of the times there aren't, so you don't really have to do much. An industrial piercing, on the other hand, is a really high maintenance. There's 4 areas you need to clean all around your ear, and you have to be really mindful of your hair and things like that. So number 3, what are the jewelry options you have? Usually you'll want to start out with a surgical stainless steel option, or if you have a high allergy, titanium could be a better option. With this, you just want to go with something basic starting out. Try to stay away from any colors. If your piercer offers a black or gold color, try to just stick with the stainless steel or steel color, because some jewelries can be coated with a color and that can chip off and really irritate the area. I'm not saying all of them are like that, but you want to be really careful when you're starting out. Patience is really key for jewelry options. Just take care of it with the stainless steel and then get something pretty later. That's the best option. So number 4, sleeping tricks. So there's a few tricks. If you get a piercing on your ear, how do you sleep? If that's the side you sleep mainly on, what can I do to not squish the piercing? It's gonna be red and irritated, so you don't want to add any more pressure while you're sleeping, especially because you're gonna be sleeping for hours and you don't want to have a continuous pressure on there. So one thing you can do is like put your head on the corner of the pillow, like the very edge, and hang your ear off, or you can get a travel pillow and use it as around your neck, or you can even use the travel pillow off to the side and use that little neck part as a little donut, I guess. I've also seen some tricks online of like wrapping up not a sweater, a scarf, and then laying on the scarf, similar to what the travel pillow would do. What else? You can do that with sheets or anything really. It doesn't have to be a scarf. Get creative with that. So number 5, minors. If you're under 18, I believe that's United States law. I'm not really sure. I think it's just kind of moral code of piercers not to pierce somebody under 18 without their parent consent. Usually you're going to want to bring in your parent and an ID for both of you, yourself and your parent. Me as a piercer, I wouldn't want your friend's mom to bring you in. And then later on, your actual mom comes in and is like, why did you pierce my kid? You know, it's kind of a nightmare situation for us. So just to make our lives easier, we rather you be honest and bring your any type of identification. Could be a school ID, could be a birth certificate, could be a passport, anything that really proves you are who you say you are, and then your parent, and they need a passport or driver's license or state ID or anything. So I'm not really sure how piercers outside the United States do identification, but I'm sure it's pretty similar, like a school ID and their parents' driver's license or government issued ID. If you're not a minor, if you are over 18, you still need an ID. That's the best thing. Even if your studio doesn't insist on you having an identification, it's always good to be prepared. Prepare yourself for the worst, I guess. I don't know, that's not really a bad scenario, but just make sure you have identification with you just in case. Extra tips. Try one if you're really new to body piercing. If you are just getting your lobes pierced but you want more up the side of your ear, start with just the lobes. See how it works out. You might be surprised at how easy or difficult they are to heal. Even if you are getting just your earlobes pierced, they can be difficult to take care of. You're going to be sleeping on one side. Usually that's the case. You might sleep on one side more often. So this one is okay, but this one you might have trouble with healing. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you get multiple piercings on one side, your body can prioritize some piercings over others. So it might be faster to heal something closer to the lobe rather than up higher on the cartilage. The higher one can suffer from delayed healing time rather than if you had gotten it pierced solely by itself. It might heal a little bit faster. So just keep that in mind as well. Tip number 2, please come in with clean anatomy. It's just etiquette. Make sure you clean your ear. Like if you're getting your rook done, just take a Q-tip. I know most piercings are kind of spur of the moment, but if you could do that. One of my clients told me that he felt awkward. I think he was getting a tongue piercing or lip piercing, and he was saying that, or no, it was his nose, and he hadn't blown his nose. He said, I feel like I'm going to the dentist and I haven't brushed my teeth. I thought that was funny. So yes, please come in with clean anatomy or chew gum or something, just for our sake. And last but not least, number 1 tip is to hydrate and eat and be prepared. Prepare yourself for something like this. I know a lot of them, like I said, are spur of the moment, but make sure you are drinking water and you are eating. Think of it as if you're giving blood. It's pretty similar. I feel like it puts the body through a similar stress. Make sure your body is well nourished before you do something like this. Prepare yourself. It's really not that big of a deal. A lot of people don't have problems with getting pierced, but it is pretty common for people to pass out. So be prepared. Alright guys, that is it. If you have any other tips, please leave them in the comments. Maybe I'll look through the comments and make another video with all your tips if you guys have more tips that I didn't mention here. And like and subscribe, and there will be more like this coming soon. Hopefully it's not a boring background, but we're just getting started, so thank you so much for watching. Bye!